Podcasting from her kitchen table, it's Jacqueline J. Here with another episode of Cast Iron Skillet Chronicles, where we focus on faith, family, fun, and finance for my fierce, fly, and fabulous sisters over 40. Come on in the kitchen. Coffee's brewing. Pull up a chair and girl, let's talk. Now, here is your host for Cast Iron Skillet Chronicles, Jacqueline J. Hey family, welcome back to the kitchen. Well, our season here in Houston has come to an end. So this is the last episode. One of the things is to build your resilience to that. And I'll never forget, there was a sermon, several years ago now, that came from the story of when Jesus was in the bottom of the boat and the winds had tossed and turned and the disciples were scared and they went and found Jesus and they were like, "Don't you care if we die in all of this storm and carrying on?" Jesus was like, "Look, you've been with me all of this time and you don't know, do you not know that since I'm here in the boat with you, ain't nothing gonna happen to you? What the problem is?" So anyway, building your resilience to deal with the sucker punches of life, if you will. So the bottom line is you must have unrelenting belief that you will succeed in whatever it is that you're looking to do or looking to accomplish. And another post recently that came across my feed, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So again, that being scared, doubting yourself, fear, anxiety, all of those things definitely are dream killers. And then came across another one that said, "Lord, give me strength and guidance that I may do things according to your will. Let me put all worries aside as I may face each day with conviction and faith in you." And if you know anything about me, you know one of my favorite sayings is, tomorrow is not promised. Success occurs when your dreams get bigger than your excuses. So what are your dreams? What is it that you're looking to accomplish? What is your why? You may hear that said on any number of occasions or on a regular basis. What is your why? Are you looking for financial freedom? Are you trying to get out of debt? Are you looking to fund your retirement? Are you looking to fulfill your passion or purpose or pursue your passion or purpose? Are you looking to spend more time with your family? Are you looking for fame and fortune? That is a pursuit. Some people are actually looking to become famous and to build that fortune. Are you looking to pay tuition either for yourself, for your children, your grandchildren? Are you looking to be your own boss? Are you looking to find ways that you can serve others? So the question becomes, is the achievement of your why greater than the excuses you give yourself for not getting it done? What have you put down for whatever reason and then have been scared to pick it back up? Remember, it's never too late until it's too late. And tomorrow is not promised. Do you not know Martha Stewart, Ray Kroc of McDonald's, Colonel Sanders of KFC, Charles Flint, who founded IBM at 61, all started businesses later in life. Arianna Huffington started the Huffington Post at 55. And if you've not heard of Ernestine Shepard, definitely go look her up. Ernestine Shepard, 78 years old, the world's oldest female bodybuilder, started bodybuilding at the age of 56. Come on now. All started their businesses later in life. God is saying to you today, my child, You are worrying too much. Remember who I am. There is nothing too hard for me. You may not see it, but I have everything planned out for you. Now, again, that doesn't mean that you can just sit back in the cut and let him do all the work and think he's going to give it to you. It doesn't work like that. You actually have work that you need to do as well in order for him to provide those things that he has in store and planned for you. So again, we're going to delve into this scourge thing, this fear. Where does this fear come from? I can't tell you how many times we've talked about burying fear and, getting rid of fear and procrastination and doubt and all of that stuff, but they keep rearing their ugly heads and holding us back from achieving our God-given greatness. Can you imagine what a force we would be if we did not give in to our fears and give in to the fears and anxieties that hold us back? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some of us out there that are doing the dang thing and doing it well, but that also doesn't mean that they don't have anxieties and fears, but they're able to push past them and keep it moving so that they can achieve their goals, or that they can at least strive and they're working towards achieving their goals. Try putting as much effort into your success as you do into talking yourself out of getting started or continuing on. And while you're asking the Lord to enlarge your territory, start with enlarging the territory of your mind. Change your mindset, and please, baby, please, stop listening to all those negative voices in your head and from those around you that aren't doing anything and aren't going anywhere. This is about you, your growth, and your legacy. I know that's easier said than done. You don't just snap your fingers and suddenly undo all the stuff that's going on in your head and in your world. So, how do you get your fear and anxiety about making a change or doing something different in check? Let's start with these 3 things. And by understanding these 3 areas, you'll be able to get a grip on your fear. Number 1, get rid of anxiety-based fears which are not physical. Now, a physical fear is something that would put your physical self in danger or in harm's way. Now, if you had a fear of bungee jumping because you're physically, you may be tied to a harness, but harnesses break and, that type of thing, your fear of, jumping out of an airplane and parachuting. Okay, I can see that. Yes. But the fear that's in your mind is completely different than a physical fear. Anxiety-driven fears are tied to emotional damage, self-doubt, or limiting beliefs. Now, to reach your true potential, you must reduce unnecessary emotionally based fears. Okay, so how do you go about doing that? Well, if you've not done so already, make a goal of finding a support system. Find 3 to 5 people you can start developing relationships with that will support you in achieving your goals. One important note here. Don't just look for yes people. While you need to be around positive people, you also need people who are going to be truthful with you and may challenge you at times. Think of them as your personal board of directors. And don't be scared to interview them either, just like you would a board of directors for a business. Number 2, fear creates more fear. The longer these anxiety-based fears are allowed to hang out, the more they become ingrained and it's harder to let go of them. But it is possible to let go of them. You just have to start somewhere. Also, staying fearful will reduce your ability to make optimal choices. In order to expand your vision to more possibilities, think big, and create value in the world, you're going to need all the optimism and positivity you can get. Number 3, let go of lack thoughts. And you may be thinking or asking yourself, what are lack thoughts? Many emotional and anxiety-driven fears are based on your belief in lack. You don't think you believe in lack? Check this out. You worry that the startup cost is too high. Lack of resources available. Or you worry that you are too inexperienced. Lack of time to develop the necessary skills, or lack of belief in the skills you do have. Now, while it's good to be realistic about a new venture, you can overcome most problems if you truly want to find a solution. Now, this is one area where your board of directors comes into play. Fear and anxiety are very real parts of life, but those who learn to push past those fears will always accomplish more than those who give in to them. I've come up with 3 mantras for myself anyway. 3 mantras for myself in this upcoming season. And I've used them all at some point in time, but now it's time to activate them all and use them in concert and in conjunction with one another, and use them to fuel my belief system in myself and my mission. So my personal mantras are, it's time to fly. It's time to stop sitting on the sidelines, watching life pass by, not fully going all out and buck wild and getting into, it's time to fly. It's time to just let loose and lay everything out and just go for it with all of the gusto and might that there is. And no shrinking. So no shrinking from what others say, no shrinking from how, and that's another thing. That's one of the key things is the shrinking part. People saying, well, you do too much, or, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing a whole lot of different things. Why don't you just stick to one thing? Well, like I said before, God didn't just give me one platform. God didn't just give me one thing to do. So guess what? I'm not going to be shrinking from those things and those areas that he has given me. Shrink time is over. And the last one, of course, as I've mentioned several times, tomorrow is not promised. So again, stop sitting on the sidelines, stop shrinking, stop, being afraid, or again, this whole message has been about in terms of not limiting your belief in what you can do and your God-given greatness. He's given you the greatness. It's just time for you to use it and again to fly with it. It is definitely time to fly. So again, as always, until next time when we chat, we will be in our new kitchen in Charlotte, North Carolina. So until next time, take care. Stay safe, be well, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be blessed. Bye now. This week's episode of Cast Iron Skillet Chronicles is proudly sponsored by LSW Financial Services. Visit us for all of your bookkeeping, tax strategy, and tax preparation needs. This week's tax tip: take the business use of home deduction. If you work from home, have a side hustle, are involved in network marketing, at least take a look and see if you qualify for this tax deduction. Give us a call or text at 704-457-0261.